Hello everybody, Mr. Chester here. Let's draw some pictures on Yellow Submarine. Now the first line goes, in the town where I was born. So let's draw that. Let's draw a town, and then let's draw someone who just got born. Alright, so to start with, I'm going to start with a blank page, and I'm going to draw some rectangles that are buildings, and then I'm going to draw a house on the side. Then I'm going to put a door in each building and a door in the house. Then I'm going to add some windows. And after I have that done, I'm going to draw a baby who just got born. I'm going to start with a circle for the head. Okay, then I'm going to start with the body. The body's all wrapped up in a blanket, so it's just one kind of oval. The baby is in a bed, and the bed is a crib, and the baby is sound asleep, and so the baby's eyes are closed. Oh, look, the baby has one little sprig of curly hair. Now, if a baby's in a crib, you need to have rails. So let's draw some rails on the side of the bed. Babies will fall out of bed if you're not careful. Okay, now while I'm finishing that up, so the song continues like this. I'll start at the beginning. In the town where I was born lived a man who sailed the sea. Okay, so let's draw a picture of a man sailing on the sea. All right, again, start with a blank piece of paper. And if you're going to sail on the sea, you need a sailboat. So I drew the bottom of the boat, and now I've drawn a sail, which is a rectangle. And I'm going to put a man on the boat using a stick figure. And then the sea has some waves, so I'm going to draw some waves. And I believe the sea will always have a shore. And on the shore, I'm drawing some mountains. And the mountains have snow on the top. We call those snow-capped mountains. And there's a couple of trees on the mountains. Continues like this. And he told us of his life. All right, let's draw a picture of a man and figure out a way to make sure that we can tell that he's alive. So I'm going to start with a blank page, and I'm going to draw a man starting with his head. So draw a circle, some eyes, a mouth, some hair, a neck. Now draw a big upside down U. Put a bottom on it. Now draw two lines on the side, one on each side. There you go. That's his arms. Now draw some fingers for a hand and some fingers on the other side. Now draw two more straight lines, straight down, and a bottom. Now put a line in the middle to make two legs, and then a foot there and a foot there. Now to make sure he's alive, let's put a heart in the middle of his chest. And let's put two little jiggly lines on the side so it looks like it's beating. Okay. And the song continues. And he told us of his life in the land of submarines. Okay, so the song goes, he told us of his life in the land of submarines. Now let me ask you, does it make sense to have a submarine on the land? No, of course it doesn't. That's silly. But this song has it because it's a nonsense song. So let's draw a picture of the land of submarines. I'm going to start with a blank page again. Oh, and I like to draw mountains because I love mountains. And I'm going to put snow on the top of the mountain so that there's snow-capped mountains and a couple of trees. Now I'm going to draw my submarine. So I'm going to start with a big oval shape with a cockpit on the top and a scope coming out the top. Now I'm going to put a window in the cockpit or the control room, and I'm going to put a nose on it and 3 more windows. And the back is going to have a propeller. That's a propeller. Okay? I'm going to put some people looking out the windows. Just their heads. And there you go. That's the land of submarines. All right, after the land of submarines, the song continues with We All Live in the Yellow Submarine. We all know that part. We all live in the Yellow Submarine, the Yellow Submarine, in the Yellow Submarine. All right, we'll pause there and go on to the next picture. The next verse starts with, and our friends are all aboard, many more of them live next door. Okay, now let me ask you this. If you are on a submarine or a boat on the sea and you're on board, can you really have friends next door? Of course not, because you can only have friends next door if there's a house next door, because you don't have a door if you don't have a house. So there you go again. It doesn't make any sense, but that's because this is a nonsense song. But that's all right. Let's draw it anyway. All right. I'm going to start with a blank piece of paper. I'm going to draw my boat again. I'm not going to draw the submarine. I'm just going to draw a sailboat. All right. I'm going to put 2 friends using stick figures. And then after that, I'll draw a sail with the pole that holds the sail. That's called a mast. And then I'm going to draw a house next door to that. And in my house, I'll have a door, and this time I'm going to put a really big window so I can see my friends a little bit more easily. Standing in the window. I hope they don't fall out. And there you go. And my friends are all aboard, and many more of them live next door. Now the very last part is, and the band begins to play. All right, in a band, I like to have a trumpet. So it's easy to draw a trumpet. I'm going to show you how. First, start with a blank page again. Draw a big oval. There you go. Now draw a line coming off the top with a bell on the end, a bell shape. And on a trumpet, that's called the bell. Now draw a line on the other end and put a small, tiny thing. That's called a mouthpiece. Then put 3 straight lines right down the middle with buttons on the top, and put a couple other tubes or pipes in the middle. Now let's put some sound waves coming out the bell, and that is our trumpet. All right. There you go. So I will see you on the next video.